Miyamoto says finishing Pikmin 4 hasn't been one of Nintendo's priorities lately. You may remember the game was nearly complete last July, but Miyamoto says they've been having a hard time squeezing it into their list of priorities. But he adds, we're hopefully starting to see that on the list now.
So, you guys are going to hate me for this, because I know you're both really big Pikmin fans, whereas I'm not. I think I have a lot of respect for the franchise, but it's not in my top favorite Nintendo games, by a long shot. I was actually really glad to hear this, because I remember rolling my eyes a few years ago when people kept pestering Miyamoto saying, when are you going to finally make a new IP? And he's like, oh yeah, I'd love to make something new, but I'm just really busy with Pikmin 3 over here. I was like, what? I don't have time to make a new IP because I'm working on Pikmin?
So Pikmin is like his go-to franchise to use as a scapegoat instead of making a new IP. That's what we're saying.
But they spent 6 years developing that game, and it barely sold 1 million copies. So it's from a business perspective, and also from just wanting new things made by Shigeru Miyamoto. I'm glad to hear that this time around he was like, all right, let's set Pikmin off to the side, and let's work on some other priorities first.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
Right. No, I agree with you. I'm a big Pikmin fan, but, I can go back and replay Pikmin 1, 2, 3 all the time. So, I'm excited for Pikmin 4, but I definitely think that more new IP and other games are a much better investment for Nintendo. I'm happy either way. But yeah, I'm with you.
Honestly, I think this move will be good for Pikmin 2. Pikmin as well, because Pikmin was a great sort of proof of concept game on GameCube for what the hardware could do, but on Wii U, it was very evident that it was a Wii game that had moved to Wii U development, and I'm guessing we'll probably get the same sense with Pikmin 4 if it starts off as kind of a launch title for NX. So, in a way, I think Pikmin, which is a game that people loved in the first place, partly because it was such a beautiful game, will really benefit from coming out later in the NX's life cycle when Nintendo's kind of gotten more familiar with the tools and sort of developed the initial sort of impressive proof of concept games already. I think Pikmin will...
Go ahead.
I think Pikmin will be a heavier hitter later in the system's life when it's not trying to sell to a new install base as well.
So I actually don't think that is the case. Because we remember last year, in July, he said Pikmin 4 was almost complete. And he's saying now that hopefully we're starting to see Pikmin 4 on the list of priorities again. We've got about 8-9 months until the NX launches. I kind of, obviously I don't have any kind of insider information on this, but I imagine this will be something that, finishing up is just a matter of a couple months' work, and then they're ready to have it out by the time NX is coming to market. And the reason that it's not been on the list of priorities until now is that they know that they only need to, they don't really need to work on it very much. They can just sort of wait off until the NX is coming closer and closer to launch, and then just put on the finishing touches and throw it out the door.
See, with most people, I would agree, but this is Shigeru Miyamoto, and I'm just so used to him
Pikmin,
saying, oh yeah, this game's almost done, and then it comes out 3 years later. So
true. Yeah.
He said
Pikmin is such a passion
about
project
Zelda
for him.
in 2014. It's way further in development than you people think it is.
Yeah. I was going to say,
true.
Didn't they say at the beginning of 2015 that Zelda was going to come out at the end of the year? That didn't happen.
This is true. Well, so we'll see, I guess. I don't know. I'm still convinced it's sort of in the launch window. Just because, we know that they're really putting such a big emphasis on making sure the NX launches with a strong lineup of games, so, but we'll see. You guys are totally right. That's totally plausible. Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.